So, what is a GPT? GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Now, I know that might sound a bit intimidating. When I teach this in class, students' eyes often glaze over, worried they won't grasp the technology behind AI. But here's the thing. While it might seem technical, and it is, the concept is actually quite easy to understand. Believe it or not, you're a walking, talking GPT. You act as a GPT every day without even realizing it. Think about this sentence. My wife depends blank me. What word fills the blank? Chances are you would fill the blank with the word on. Now, why did you pick that word? Your brain is constantly generating predictions about what comes. Chances are you wanted me to say next. Linguists have used computers and n-grams to study patterns in language for decades. For example, by inputting depends blank me into a computer trained on millions of words, the computer can statistically predict the answer to what word comes. Yep, that's right, next. AI has been trained on these predictions and more. But how are you able to make these predictions? Well, it's because you've been pre-trained in language. You've spent your entire life learning and using language. Whether it's English or another language or dialect, this pre-training helps you understand and predict words and sentences in context. Just like how GPT models are trained on massive amounts of text to learn language patterns, you've been trained through all the conversations, reading, and writing you've done over the years. Now, let's talk about how you make these predictions. When someone speaks to you, your brain doesn't just focus on the words you hear. It also considers the context. For example, if I say, I love, you might predict pizza, music, or even Valencia College. Your brain uses everything it knows, the words you've heard, the situation you're in, even your mood, to make the best guess about what someone is going to say. Think of each word, part of a word, pause, or punctuation mark as a token. Your brain breaks down sentences into these tokens and processes them one by one, considering how they relate to each other. This is similar to how a GPT model works. The model takes in tokens, analyzes them using its understanding of language, just like how you use your experiences, and then it generates a response. Your brain is like the transformer in GPT. It takes in information, weighs the importance of each token, and then transforms that information into a meaningful response. And like a GPT, you don't just rely on how often words appear together. You also understand the meaning behind those words in different situations. This allows you to generate responses that are accurate and appropriate for the context. For conversational AI predictions to work well, context is key. If you learn anything from this video, this is it. Context is everything. Think about it. When you go to the doctor for knee pain, you wouldn't just say, my knee hurts, and expect a good diagnosis. You would provide context, how long it has been hurting, if there has been an injury, what activities make it worse, etc., etc. The doctor needs that context to give you the best advice. In the same way, when you're interacting with AI, the more context you provide, the better the AI can understand and assist you. If you ask AI, help me with my project, it might give you general advice that isn't very useful. Some people refer to this as GIGO, or garbage in, garbage out. However, if you add context like, I'm a community college student working on an earth science project about renewable energy, and I need ideas for an experiment that I can do in Central Florida. The AI can give you many more targeted and relevant suggestions because of this context. Context is everything. If you're not sure how to prompt AI for context, just ask the AI to help you establish context. For instance, you might say, I am working on a project for school. Ask me 10 questions, one at a time, to better understand what I need help with before you give me any ideas. By doing this, you ensure that the AI has all the information it needs to make the best predictions and provide the most helpful responses. So, long story short, you are a GPT. And as a GPT, the more context you have, the better you can make predictions. When you interact with AI, the more context you give the AI, the better the AI can make predictions and assist you. Just remember, with AI, context is key.